Okay, good morning. Hopefully you can hear and see me this morning. Let me do a quick double check over in YouTube. Make sure we're rolling there. Hmm. If you guys could hear and see me, if you could let me know there in the chat. Just put a note out there to see if. Okay, good, Tara. Appreciate that. I was flipping over to YouTube and didn't see that we were up and running. Good, awesome. So let's kind of take a look here behind the scenes. Kim, good morning. Awesome. Um, let's take a look and see what we're up to this morning. So we got a lot of hot trades going on. I bet you do too. Hopefully, Kim, on your machine, you were running the gold this morning. Boy, I watched that one come out and start cranking here. This gold strategy. I did flip over to another data feed, so I did have to flatten my trades there this morning. But it looks like the nugget's still up a couple $100 on my end here. How's yours doing? All right, good. Thanks, Rory. Appreciate you letting me know that you can hear me. Okay, good. Um, we were just talking about the gold nugget popped out with a really good trade this morning. That was awesome. Let's kind of let's peel back the onion here and kind of do a little bit of an analysis of where to head today. So trying to figure out, like Rory always does, do the assessment of the strategies in the morning and figure out which ones to put to work. So Apex is running that nice sale right now. I think it's 80% off, 1 day to pass. So we can put a few of those accounts to work. I thought something that would be fun. We had a client join us on a lifetime membership, and he's asking some good questions. So I thought I would try to help him out this morning with showing what I do. That's all I can do is show what works for me and try to go with that, and hopefully that works for other people as well. So that's kind of the idea here today, is really just to do a good setup and take a look at the data and then figure out where to head with our accounts. So what I do really first thing is just kind of look at my P&L right here and which ones are killing it so far this morning already. And that's really a good representation of the market, the real current market. Just know that these come to life at 8:30 in the morning, so they've only been trading for 1 hour. So there's not a lot of current data, but there is enough. So that's one way to look, is sort of really the current daily activity, and then kind of a little bit over a little bit longer horizon. So over here I've got the cash value showing up here, and that tells me that over the last couple of weeks or so that these ones have been doing good as well, because they're up in the $2,000 range. So that gives me another data point or another piece of confidence to let me know that this strategy's been performing not only just today, but over a little bit longer time horizon. So those are always good candidates to put to work. What I want to do though is really kind of dig into some of the very specific details of his question, and then try to sort of dig into which one I'm going to use and why. So he was asking, if I use 5 micros, would that have the better potential to pass a PA or a eval account? And the way I look at that is, we have a really good way that we can, I call it reverse engineer success, or at least look at statistics and data to figure out if it's even capable. of that or not. And what we did is I'll bring it up over here in a second. It's just we'll look at the trade performance, and we'll just we'll look out for the last couple of days. And what we're doing is we're trying to find, how much money this strategy could lose. Now I know that sounds strange when I want to try to make money, but at this point I got to just go in and figure out how many losses in a row that this strategy could take or has taken. So what I want to do is I want to bring open the retirement plan, and I'll bring it open in the trade performance, and I'm just doing it over here on this other screen for a quick second so you don't have to see all that action. But so let's say I want to try to run the retirement plan on my Apex account today, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, this week it's at $1,300 so far this week. These are all the trades that it's made. Can it handle my $100,000 static drawdown account that I have? And to do that, what I do is I go to trades, and what I'm looking for now inside the trades is how many losses in a row this strategy has or could have. So this is real data on a real market. I trade my Apex accounts, I trade my live account. The simulation match is identical. There will be one or two ticks off most of the time, and we're going to do some examples here today, and I've done several in the past, where we'll set the M and Q up trading, we'll set the NQ up at trading Apex accounts, and then we'll have the sim account, and we'll all be within a few ticks of each other. I've done that several times, so that way I can really trust my sim data. So over here, what I'm looking for is how many losses in a row in the profit column. So there's 2 in a row, there's 2 in a row, there's 2 in a row, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. So on my $100,000 static drawdown, my drawdown is $625. So there's 200 in the hole, 400 in the hole, 600 in the hole. That account's gone. No bueno. So that one's history. So that's not a good idea to use the main contract on this strategy. If I start trading today and I came out with that, that small winner, those 2 losers, I'd be down. You're up 50, down 400, so you're basically down 400. Back up 50. Now you made 800. Okay, so you're good. You're off to the races here in this one, and this is how that account went, or your PA account would have went. So what I do is I always just kind of look through the strategies and I say, okay, how many losers in a row have they had? Okay, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I'm going to use this account, I've got to be able to handle 7 losses. So the way I look at this now is 7 losses. That means I can only lose about 70. Let me do the math here. So I'm going to do 625 because that's how much my drawdown is. And what I'm doing is I'm pretending I start the account off and I take all 7 losers right away. Because it's taken 7 losers before. So I need to plan for that. So I'm going to take my 625 drawdown, divide it by 7 trades. Order fill. And so $90. So $90 is really the amount that I should set for my stop limit. So to do that, we have these, like this retirement plan, for example, its loss limit is 46 ticks. So it's really a 230, and we can see it right here. It's a $230 loss. The way we can kind of figure that out per contract is we take 230 divided by 10, so we can get it into the minis. I'm sorry, the micros. So the micro, one trade on the retirement plan for the micro, one loss is 23 bucks. So we need to trade at least, if we trade 4 contracts times 4, 23 bucks times 4, so it would be at 92 bucks. So I think that a good number of micros to trade, and again, we're trying to be as, I'll say, conservative or realistic as possible here. We do know that it took 7 losers in a row at one point. So that we're trying to set ourselves up for success if it does take 7 losers, that we don't lose the account. Because after it took the 7 losers, it took 1 small winner, and then it took a couple of more losers. So before it hit the big nugget. So we really got to, try to err on the side of safety here. And it really depends on where you turn it on at. If you turn it on and you hit a home run right away, all this is out the window. You could have traded the big account, no problem. So I think if we do four micros, no one knows. All we know is this is history. That's all we have. We don't have a clear path in the windshield. We only have the rear view mirror to look at. And so that's what I'll do. We'll trade 4 of the retirement plan, and we'll put it on a PA account, a paid account. This one's a start and scratch today, so we'll get this one rolling. I want to kind of show you how how you can put it on a paid account here, and we can all keep our fingers crossed and hope that we can move one to payday here today. Hey Isaac, welcome aboard. Thanks for doing all the stuff you're doing for us. Really appreciate that. Hope your machine's up and running, and you can start to gather some data and hopefully turn the corner here someday and make some big time money. So let's go ahead and get this thing all set up so that we can do some trading today and start moving some money in the bank. Let me look at some of the questions.
Order submitted.
So these bots did a little bit of acrobats this morning, a little bit. Kind of my setup here at my house. So first living in Miami Beach, Florida. Moved down here. I bought the company about 1.5 years ago. Moved down here. This is where Mark had the company. So I moved down here to Miami, and over the last 1.5 years, I've been kind of working and trying to get these strategies, profitable and really work on the AutoTrader, because I'm not a great trader. I used to trade the high flyers of the day, the top gainers, and on a Fidelity app on my phone is really where I started trading for years, doing that. Knew that AutoTrader was the way to go for me, because buying and selling as they're flying up and down is very difficult to get your limits in and those kind of things. So we're trying to push this thing into the profit zone here, and really have kind of cracked the nut on the risk to reward is really where it's at on these strategies. That's how you're able to see these things move thousands of dollars in a day, by the risk to reward that we have on some of these is like 6 to 1. So it can lose 5 in a row before it needs a winner to get back to even. And we just saw that one was 7 right there behind the scenes. So we're going to keep moving our risk to reward and trying to get any edge that we possibly can in the system. So this morning I switched up a little bit. I have 3 computers. We have a VPS. I have one laptop that has 2 monitors above this one, and then I've got this one as I call the R&D machine. So this is kind of the setup I have. So I flipped my data feed today because I was trading my live account down here yesterday. I wanted to trade Apex today, so I needed to switch over to the Rhythmic data connection. Kind of give you a little bit of behind the scenes of how that works. That's right here. So My brokerage account, my big time money, my live account lives in this one here called Continuum. And then this one right here is the Apex accounts. So if you're going to join us, you just would go ahead and set your data up. Now we have Charles and others on the team who can get you all set up and rolling, so that's not an issue. But I flipped over. To do a flip over, it's really easy, which is awesome. But I basically just disconnect this data here, and I re-enable the Continuum data to switch my account. So I can be trading, my live account, switch it over to the data over here for Apex, and I can be trading Apex accounts real quick. So we're back into Apex accounts on the NinjaTrader brokerage. The only thing to consider here now is when you switch data, you have to shut down, you have to flatten all your strategies. So I started from scratch today here on this screen. But I usually keep these enabled all week so that, the data just starts accumulating over here and it just keeps the running total every day. But again, if you change data or shut these down at night or whatever, this number resets to 0. So this one reset for me today. So I really, Isaac, I leave them enabled all week, and that's what we recommend. NinjaTrader will have glitches here and there with data, whatever it might be, where you gotta, re-enable them. But for the most part, I'm able to keep them up and running most of the week. Yeah, let's look at another analysis. Isaac was curious more on this, kind of how we could do another analysis of another strategy. Let's pick another one that that we've been trading that we like. I'll take a look at the other one that's that we've had a gold and a YM that have been doing really good. Let me look at a YM. I haven't looked at this one. This one's really new. I've never traded it, but I'll tell you, I need to start because this thing is making serious money. This one is the YM 10 range. Just going to look at it really quick here. YM 10 range, and maybe we'll put this one to work today too. YM 10 range signal A. Okay, so we're going to do another analysis of potentially using this one on the Apex account today. So this one is the over here, trade performance. I've got the YM Signal A AI drone selected. Over the last few weeks, it's up $3,800. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to trades, and now we're going to pick apart the trades just like we did before. And what we're going to do is we're looking for the longest string of losers, which is a ton of them right there. So there's a big string right there. Looks like it settled down for the most part. There's another string there, but the other one up there is definitely longer. And again, we're building our strategy for worst case scenario, right? This is not best case scenario. No. This is worst case scenario, right? It's what we're going after. So worst case scenario, it's lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's lost 14 in a row before. So I'm going to take my $625 drawdown, divide it by 14 losses. So I need to be in about a $45 range per trade to handle that many losses in a row. So in that case, not super fluid with the YM, but I think, and we should look it up, it's probably $10 per contract. 10. No, it's $5 per contract. So I believe it's $5 per contract. We would have to figure that out. I gotta figure that out. I don't know the answer to that. Does anybody out there know the answer to that for me? How many dollars per contract it is for the YM? I'll say a lot of them are different. The NQ is, okay, thanks Isaac, it's 5. Okay, yeah, they're all different, not all different. You know, the NQs I know are 5, and I know the ES is 1250. Those are the two, and I know gold's 10. But I guess this one's 5. Thank you. So, you know, I would say okay, $5. I would probably in the same scenario as the NQ that we did earlier. In this case, so I would only trade 2 contracts. Okay, so if you want to trade the YM and you want to be as conservative as possible, right? And I want you to look at your own data too. This is my data. Your data will be a little different, but almost identical. And what I mean by that is we can look very closely on each of these trades and the entry prices will be just a tad different from machine to machine. Now that's interesting. They don't even use a tick here, so it looks like it's a number straight on. But anyway, look at your data, see how many in a row you've had losers in that particular strategy, and then that would be kind of how you can mathematically put yourself in a position to be in the best spot for not hitting that drawdown. So that's kind of a couple of ways to sort of figure out, okay, I want to try to pass this account. What do I do? I'm a lot more risky than that. I don't ever do that. I've never done that before. But when someone's conservative and they're asking me those questions, I want to make sure that I can try to look at the data and let the data tell the story. Not me. That's not my story. That's the data's story. So I don't trade like that, but if you want to try to do conservative trading, that's the way I would do it. I go right for it and hope for a good trade right off the bat, and that's what served me so far. But I lose accounts. I'm up into the 300 count range now. I'm actually 350, but it's a business for me, so it's a little different than maybe an average retail trader. This is something I do every day, all day long. I enjoy it. It's super fun for me. So I just try to pass accounts, even manually trading. I love it. It seems like it's something that's super fun for me. So that's kind of how I would do a data analysis. All right, Chad's back. Let's go, Michigan man. Good morning. You making any money yet, Chad, with this system, or is it breaking even or underwater? Give me a little bit of feedback of how it's going for you. We're gonna try. Have you been watching Rory? Boy, he's been killing it. I was a little nervous to jump in the chair today. I have such high expectations to try to meet Rory's trading. He's been really killing it. It was really great yesterday, especially when he had that really huge winner and didn't realize it. That was the funnest one of the week. All right, so let's get my bearings here. So we're going to put it on a PA account, and we're going to use the retirement plan. I like that strategy. It's been doing well over an extended horizon, and it's doing well today. Now we all know that the minute you try something, it's going to change. It had a good trade earlier. It's going to now have a bad trade. Who knows? All we know is we can just go ahead and give it a try here. So let's do that. We'll go ahead and put this one to work. So to get a new Apex account running on this retirement plan, there's a couple of ways to do it. I'm going to do it a little different than what you would do on your own machine, because your own machine, you would just take this inside the strategies. Let me move my picture here. Okay, perfect. So yeah, if you want to put an account to work, there's obviously a couple ways to do everything. Uh, One is to sort of disable the account, go down to accounts and put your Apex account or whatever your live account into the accounts area on the strategy. I don't do it that way because I like to create a new account and just go grab the template and sort of build it from scratch. That way I don't really change these numbers. I let these run in sim all the time. So we have data integrity. I really believe in that. There's sort of two words with me that are really critical: transparency and integrity. Those are our two values that we challenge every day when we, for example, when we build um, Isaac, when we build oh geez, what do they call it? Thumbnails. We wanna always test those two words with everything we do: transparency and integrity. Those are key things for me in this business. Will not sacrifice. So here we want to keep the integrity of the data, and to do that, I do a right mouse click, a new strategy. Again, here I own the business, so I've got a lot of different indicator packages here. I believe yours will only have this AutoTrader P. So we go down here to template. We're going to load this guy, and we like the retirement plan today. So I'm going to keep all the settings the same way that they are. And here's one area that I could change. I know that I can only go 625 in the hole. Doesn't matter. I need to get over 2,000 though to pass this PA account to get paid. On a PA account to get paid, you got to get 2,600 bucks. The problem here with putting just 2,600 in is there will be commissions. So I need to clear more than 2,600 here. I probably need to be, I'm saying north of 28. So we're going to go to, excuse me, we're going to go to 2,800 if it'll let us. And before it shuts down, actually I'm going to go to 29. I would be heartbroken if it put me right on the doorstep and it didn't pass. So the eval accounts on the $100,000 static, you got to get to 2,000 first. So I've got to 2,000 in profit on this account. It flips over to what they call a PA account. They call it performance account, PA. But I like to joke around and call it the PAY account because that's how you get paid. Once it gets to 2,600 bucks now, so it's really 4,600 total through this eval and PA process. Then I ask for my $2,000 back, and they give me 2,000, and then the account moves to 600, and that's the process. So on these $100,000, and that's all I trade anymore. That static or the trailing drawdown, I can't stand it. It's just too much to keep up with on each account of where it's at, and I don't like it. It's always following you, and it becomes painful for me. So I stick with these. There's plenty of money here to use, so there's no reason to try any other ones for me. I've tried the 25, the 50, and I passed a 300,000, but those are that's a lot to get that one. It took me $22,000 on that $300,000 one, so I don't want to mess with those. Okay, so let me read those comments in a second. Chad, we got to get you with Charles if things aren't running for you. Okay, yeah, we're gonna run micros today, so we'll kind of get a window in and see how they're doing compared to the minis. Usually a couple of ticks, so we'll see. We'll see today. Today I'll put this one to work on the micros. We'll put another one to work on the e-minis, and we'll do some live screen comparisons, which will be great. So this one we're going to do the retirement plan. We're going to do. I like to be a little bit risky, so I'm going to do 5 contracts. So I'm going to split it right up the middle. It's an easy number to do the math on. It'll be $115 per loss if I lose. So I can get about. Let's see, how many trades can I get in? So 625 divided by 115. So I can get about 5 trades in. If I don't get a winner, before, excuse me, 5 trades, then we're out. And I lose PA accounts. Mike was asking in there, he's like, yeah, I've made a whole bunch of accounts, but I've lost a whole bunch of accounts. Okay, it's not a one-way street here. Trading is an up and down process. I always want to make sure everybody knows that. Most people lose money day trading. Most people. So it's not an easy endeavor. But here we've got the deck stacked in our favor. So that's the best we can do. So let's go ahead and put this one to work. We'll get 5 contracts. And one thing we've noticed that the instrument continues to flake on us. It'll just go back to another instrument. So you always got to make sure and double check that your instrument is selected. Yeah, we want to run the NQ. And then here, we're going to go get this PA account right here, number 49, and put this one to work on the retirement plan. So that's really the setup. Pretty quick and easy. I just kind of open these up to what what I need to pass or fail, and then the only other change I've made is to make sure that my instrument's selected properly, and then change it to your account that you want to roll. So we're going to do 5 on the ooh, big mistake. That would have been a huge mistake. Okay, big mistake right there. We're going to run this sucker on these micros, the M and Qs. Wow, that was a huge mistake about to happen right there. M and Q. Here we go. Okay, just a little bit of notes here for this $100,000 account, this $100,000 static. It'll allow you to trade 2 E-minis, so 2 of the big ones, or 20 of the small ones per trade. So it would have choked on those 5 that I had for the E-mini anyways. So now we're good. Now that's good. I like to look here too. I keep instrument and data series open now because I've seen the strategies change instruments on me. If I go look at them and then just close it, it'll change the instrument. So I make sure I always leave instrument here and available before I put it to work. So we'll go ahead and engage this guy now, and kind of just let it sit here and simmer and look for the right opportunity to jump in. Other thing I'm looking for here is this to turn green. When you enable each strategy, it turns from black text to green, and that should give you the indication that now it's enabled. It's sitting out there stalking and just ready to jump in for you. So boom, we got a PA account that we'll put to work today. Now, another thing I wanted to do today is take like 5 evals and really work them today, and really try our hardest to try to use the trade copier and get a little aggressive and see if we can't push 5 of them, near the qualification mark. So again, this is something that I enjoy. I love competition, so I want to challenge the robot today too. So that'll be another thing that we can do together. Let me try to read some of the comments here. Chad, yeah, we want to get you. All right, Rue's back. Welcome back, buddy. We want to try to get some challenges going.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted.
Okay, so Isaac's saying that his micros are a little different than the minis. We're gonna see that in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get that going right away so that we're not okay. Boom. Looks like we already went ahead and made a trade and missed one. It liked the long. It tripped up over the first one, and it jumped back in because
Order submitted.
it's really seeing that it's breaking this right here. This is our RSI indicator, and it's breaking the indicator, so it's starting to try to go long on us here. We'll see if we can get this one to move in our favor. Let's kind of do another little bit around the horn here of how the strategies are doing. This is probably the best. Holy moly, look at my haymaker. Woo-wee. Huh, this one's a bit of a surprise. Haymaker came out swinging here this morning. It's sitting at 1500 here. Let's take a look at the haymaker. This is my favorite strategy. I know it doesn't win all the time, but man, I love this one. This thing is so fun. It's my favorite strategy to trade by far. Look at boom, it just jumped in, moved that darn stop right down. We're sealed in with some cash already. We're gonna put this one to work. This is the one we're gonna run with the aggressive accounts that I was talking about. This thing jumps in so early. It's such a great strategy for jumping in. I mean, look at this move that it took down here. It just jumped in right as it started to get off the ground, and it ran that one up for the first target. It saw that short opportunity, got a little $50 move on it. Now it said, you know what, we're going up, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We're still in this trade over here. Woo! Everybody making money, having fun today. All right. Okay, so we sealed in some cash too. Boy, you guys are good out there. I don't know how you're doing. Oh, Kim's haymakers at $2,000 almost. Woo! Let's go, making serious cash already. All right. I was hoping it would be a fun Friday. Yeah, that haymaker was a sneaky one. It's and this one will trade all day. This is the I've got them opened up to be trading quite a bit, and I should really settle them down. They don't need to trade as much as I have them on. Yeah, I have them on waking up I think at 8:30 and going to bed at like 1. That's an awful lot of time for a strategy like this that takes every momentum swing trade. So really pick and choose the time you jump in with this one, and now looks like a pretty good time. So let's go ahead and get our bearings here, and we're going to go ahead and grab another. Okay, Rue's doing some Forex trading for us. How's it going this morning, Rue? You making any money, losing money? How's the Forex business? I've tried learning a little bit about that, pips and other things. That's I didn't know futures either before I bought this company. So there's, I can always learn. But man, I
Order submitted.
really haven't looked into it that much. This trade's getting really interesting here on this PA account. Oh, that's not the PA account. Here we go. Oh,
Order filled.
okay, here we go. We are in on this one. I thought we weren't. Okay, we're in on this one. This is that PA account that we set up. So we're doing good so far. If we can hold this, doesn't look like we've went to the break even yet. I'm gonna keep my eye on the break even today too. We've noticed that we've seen a few of them not go to their break even, so we've got Sergio looking into it here. We're gonna go ahead and make this an even trade, and we'll see if the break even goes ahead and make its move for us. If not, we'll take a little bit off the table here. Try to end up with a getting back to even, I think, or close.
Order filled.
Okay, yeah, so we're kind of back to even there on that one. Not ideal, but we kind of missed a little bit of the front end there on that other trade. All right, so we'll get this one going. Okay, so the haymaker jumped back in. Let's get this thing going. I love this haymaker strategy, and it looks like it's a great day for the haymaker. So we're going to go to strategies. I want to bring open this trade copier for you guys. I want you to see this process. This thing is super sweet. Tools, no. Flowbots. So I have the Flowbots Replicanto, and this thing is a trade copier, they call it. Really simple unit. What I'll do is I'll just grab I'll just grab one of these over here. We'll do number, I like to do like an even number, something I can remember. We'll do number 360, and we'll have 61, 62, 63, and 64. So we'll trade 5 accounts at once. But the only one we'll look at is 360 here. Okay, and we'll put this one on the haymaker, and we'll kind of manhandle this one for a little bit to hopefully get it off the ground before we let it just run on its own. And the reason I do that is because, again, if it takes 7 losses in a row, you know, at $200 a piece, we're down, we're out, we're long gone. So we need to be a little bit ginger off the bat with our trades. What I mean by that is I'll sneak the stops up, and we'll get out of a lot of trades that we may have stayed in if I don't do that. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to keep these accounts alive, and you got to kind of, you know, take what it gives you for a little while at first, and you got to take a few losses, you know, a few break evens before it gets away from zero is the goal. So we'll get 360 set up on the haymaker. So I'm in strategies. I right mouse click, new strategy. Go load the template for the haymaker. So at noon it's going to bed. And on this one, the goal is, we're going to say 2,200. Again, it's 2,000, but for commissions, I end up losing a couple $100. And here we're at 625. So we'll keep all this the same. I want to be more aggressive, so I'm going to go to 30. And I want to give myself a little bit more. I'll leave those. We'll do the NQ. So 38.50, okay. And now we're going to do number 60, right? Is one we said. So number 60. And we just got to make sure it's the NQ. We'll do one contract, yep. Okay, so everything looks right to me now. So 360, we'll go find it. Here it is. So we'll put this one to work. So now when the haymaker takes a trade, this strategy will also take a trade, and we can kind of look at the two to see which one. Okay, boom. So we jumped in. If you guys noticed right here on this Apex account, we jumped in long here. So we're going to want to go ahead and get number 360 up here. So we'll get 360 up, take a look, and just kind of try to, I call it nurture it a little bit, but try to, you know, keep our eye on this stop, and if we get in our, you know, get moving in our positive direction, we're going to go ahead and slide it up and take the risk off the table. And that's the idea when I first start with my Apex accounts, the evals is, or even the PA is really try to nurture it and get yourself into trades and try to, you know, try to take risk off the table as much as possible. We know that trades go up and down, so you can only, you know, do so much before, you know, you lose it. In this case, we would probably go ahead and lose this one, unfortunately. That's part of trading. So I couldn't get, you know, I didn't have time. It didn't go in, you know, in our favor enough to get there to move it. So we'll see. Kind of, it'll jump in another trade. That's the nice thing about this strategy, is it constantly jumps in. And I've got all the crosses here set up to where it's going to, you know, show us when it's going to take another trade. So we might just run through some cash here really quick if we don't get one moving in our direction here.
Order submitted.
And again, I got five of them rolling here. So we really need to try to get one to move in our direction here and close it down so that we can get off from zero. Oof. All right, poor performance so far. And we're really in a tough zone, not moving many ticks here. So why don't we put this thing on the sidelines for a little bit until we see something break away from this 100 zone. That 100 zone there is really a tough one, it looks like, for now, and it's probably going to chop us up with this one if we continue to let it. Let's get a little bit broader picture of the market, too. So we had a huge downslide this morning, right out of the gate, 8 o'clock. Boom, big time downslide, but she's recovering now and really in the zone where the 50 is going red to green. Terrible spot. Green to red, so this one won't even jump in the trade now for us, unfortunately, because the momentum has already swung down. So we're gonna have to wait till it goes back up and then back down to get back in this trade. Let's take a look at around the horn here. So let me hear from you guys out there. How's the what's your top strategy of the day so far? Looks like mine now is the 2-minute drone. Looks like we got a lot of them on the board, but sitting at the haymaker and the NQ drone look like our top two so far.
Order filled.
Wow, Rue did the CL today, $3,000. How about a round of applause for Rue, guys? Woo, man! Let's go make some big money. Looks like we got a nice trade on this YM, and this one's been one that's been really smoking. Oh, wow, look how close that thing got to this target right up here, you guys. Oh my goodness. 1 or 2 ticks away. Woo! She's coming back though, it looks like. So that's a great market to trade right there. This one jumped in way down here, right here at the start of that move.
Order filled.
Okay, so we're probably gonna take a short here, it looks like. So here we got an opportunity to seal it in.
Order filled.
So I call that seal it in. You know, we might lose this trade. That's okay.
Filled.
It's better than, you know, going down in the hole. And now, you know, if price is going to move back up, we do get the chance to jump back in now that we're out of that trade.
Order filled.
So that's kind of another advantage of sort of nurturing your trade here,
Order
is you get to close it out in the event that we do,
filled.
you know, start moving in the other direction again. So we got a couple of pivots here we need to break. Look like I'm going to get a chance here. Take us out, it looks like. Come on, baby.
Filled.
Ouch.
Orders submitted.
we're out. We barely get one more trade, so we'll have to regroup on this one. I think the way it's looking,
Order. Order submitted.
gonna take a few of them out if I keep doing that. We're not getting enough separation here. So it looks like we'll bounce off this 50 probably and go north again, hopefully. We won't be able to get in that trade though because we're right here in the yellow. This is our trigger basically, this yellow line. And if it jumps down into the red and then back out, that's a trigger. If the yellow line jumps into the green and then back out, that's the trigger for the short. So that's kind of what I watch on this strategy. I usually just watch the yellow line here down into the red and the green, and I know that it's gonna take a trigger. Do have a couple of filters in there though, so if it was trying to go long and saw some pivots here right away, I think I've got it within 30 ticks that it would not take that trade. It's kind of around the horn here. Looks like we've got the retirement plan. I was mentioning earlier that some people in Discord were going to go ahead and jump on this one this morning, so hopefully they did, and theirs is doing good as well. Looks like we're at 529 on that one so far this morning. Let's go ahead and get that one up. And it's really this one too, so it's gonna pop in whenever this one shows. And this one's the pay account here, so let's look at the retirement plan and see what trades it had. So we'll have to switch over here to the NQ. So it looks like the retirement plan had a couple of trades this morning. It caught this short. Hard to see here. But it caught this short right out of the gate at 902. It looks like our price closed at 18,240.5. And we got our first target down here at 18,195.5. But that one kept running. So this is the perfect opportunity if you are walking your stops and targets. You could have walked this one way down to here somewhere, doubled that trade. Instead of a $1,000 trade, it could have been a $2,000 trade. Wow, that's a huge move. Yes, we got a couple of good ones so far. I didn't get in on any yet, but we'll see. It's a patience game trading. Never straight line. It's always mixed with potholes and speed bumps, and that's what you to be a good trader. You gotta handle them and not get emotional over it. It'll make you crazy if you're emotional. Okay, so we took that long trade, and by the time it was it was history. It was history by the time it took the trade. It already met the max drawdown there for me. So we'll go ahead and we'll try to get number 366. We'll go ahead and give that another shot. This time we're gonna try a different strategy. That one's a little aggressive for today with the market just bouncing. It's gonna just keep swallowing us up there. The 2 minutes are a little less aggressive, so I think those might be a little bit better approach.
Order submitted. Order filled.
One thing I want to do is a challenge, and let's go ahead and try this challenge. We'll do number 366 against against the best strategy today. So we'll go to the retirement plan. We'll put number 366 against the retirement plan and see if I can make more money than it maybe. So we'll get 366 set up on the retirement plan. Add simulation, not here, here. We'll go ahead and create another strategy this time. We'll use the retirement plan. Okay, I like all that. This time, I'm only going to change the account, so we'll go number 66. It's on the NQ, so that's good. So boom, that's all I do to get that on that account. So here, we're going to delete this guy, enable him, and now when the retirement plan takes a trade, I should take a trade here in this one, and we'll try to compete against the retirement plan. Let's see if I can get this one going over here. So to do that, I can just easily duplicate this all this chart template and stuff, and now I can have a duplicate right here, and now I can change one of them to my account that's trading that strategy, not that one. 66, here we go.
Order submitted.
All right, good. So now we're off to the races again. Yeah, no problem. Really appreciate you joining. Chad, what you got there at the very bottom of that new strategy screen? It's funny, these things you can't read them. Here we go. GTC or day. Let me look, Chad, because I don't know the answer to that. New strategy. His question is at the bottom of the screen, I believe here. Let's go ahead and open one of these up and open the retirement plan. And let's look, because I think I know where you're talking about, but I don't know the answer yet. Okay, time in force.
Order submitted.
Okay, I guess GTC, I believe, is good till canceled. And that's what we typically do. We keep our orders in there good till they're canceled. So I guess we don't do day. What we do by day is we try to stop the strategies. Well, we not try. We do stop the strategies right here by this right here, this number of seconds before the session closes. So even if we have a trade on the table, this right here should be the execution to take care of it and kill all trades before 5 o'clock. It's really, this is set to 3:59 in 30 seconds for the NQ, for example. So that's how that does that. Okay, awesome. So we're just we're cruising this morning. We want to try to get a couple accounts if we can across the line and see if we can get this PA account a little bit here to pay for us too. But let's see. Right now, it looks like the leaders are okay. We got a nice one. The Haymaker's back in on a good one here. Wow, missed this one. FOMO. Here we go. How did I miss this one? Oh, look at this beauty. Oh, wow. Look at that thing go. So it took this long entry right here on this candle here. This may be the one that we shortchanged on my account there, trying to sneak it up to close it so I didn't take too much risk. Oh, heartbreaker. That's the way trading is. That's why I love these auto strategies. You don't even have to pay attention to them. You can just let them go, and they just make money. And if you try, the more I try to interact with them, the more frustrating it is. It's better. Just let them go and do their thing. Just know that we've used data to set them up. So the numbers is what we've used, and not emotions, which is what we use when we're traders. So the haymaker's coming out strong. Looks like having a little bit of a pullback here. Thinking about adding in the software when this cross comes back on, where when momentum starts to shift, to go ahead and take us out of the trade. So we would have potentially, have the feature in the software to take you out of the trade in the future. We'll probably be programming that coming up here shortly. So yeah, Chad, you're not getting any micros trading? Huh. Let's see. We had some trading here with the M&Q on the PA account. So not sure. Sometimes some things that I do know that I do that fixes things sometimes is maybe go to strategies and disable. Go to connections and then disable your disconnect your data feed and then reconnect. That should get you back going if somehow the data isn't streaming to get you into those trades. Looks like the haymaker's the lead dog this morning, followed by its Miller time. Doing a couple of new strategies here that I'm testing out on the R&D bench here. I've got this one, it's Miller time, and then Sim 101. I'm experimenting with a ES 30 range. So ES 30 range has been super hot right out of the gate. Just pulled it together a couple of days ago, and it's looking like a really good strategy. So it looks like the haymaker jumped in again here. Let's 366. So yeah, we're on the retirement plan. As soon as the retirement plan jumps in, we'll check this account. Not only that one, but we also have the PA account running on the retirement plan also. So we'll keep our eye on that one. If it jumps in, we'll shift over and take a look.
Order submitted.
Looks like the NQ's kind of moving around that 18,100 range today. Just trying to go short again here. We got a good one.
Order filled.
So she's sitting at $1,000 today. It's had quite a few trades. It's made a couple of real dingers. These are $1,000 moves. So it's made that one. Long entry.
Order submitted.
Oops, she jumped in again. Kind of moved the screen on me there. Looks like it made this one too. I don't know exactly, but I think it made 2 winners so far, and the rest losers. Again, with this risk to reward, it kind of, you can take, I think, 4 losses in a row before it needs a winner to bring it back to positive ground. So it's it can take a few more losers here before we slip away. If this was my live account, I can shut it off anytime. I can take the money and run, as they say. You don't have to, wait for it to stop trading for the day. You just take the money and run when you feel like it's enough is enough. So again, this is super aggressive strategy right now. It's going to take every trigger that it gets, and we got a pretty tight stop on this one, so it's going to bump up at 36. Or no, I'm sorry, it bumps up at I think 50 ticks. So once we reach, I think it's $250. We'll check here. I think once it reaches 250 here, we bump up our stop to 50 ticks and take all the risk off the table automatically for you. Boom. So yeah, we hit 250. The stop automatically moved up for you. So boom, you're in the money. I think we move it 6 ticks, so we get a $50 bill. You lose the $4 for commission, but that just puts you in a $50 bill right there. So it just kind of sealed in your money. And now we're trying for the home run. That's what the haymaker does. It winds up and tries to take a big old swing. And not everyone's a winner, but again, with a 4-to-1, it puts the risk reward in your favor, so you can make money and have fun. Yeah, the other day when I was doing live, I was showing one, and I was 1 point off on the M&Q on my trigger. So we had an NQ, M&Q, and then a sim. My M&Q trades were 4 ticks off from my entry on the NQ or the sim. So yeah, the M&Q has a different, I guess, a different volume maybe or associated to it, so the triggers are a little different, I guess. So here on the Apex and the PA accounts here, we're just waiting for that trade on the NQ 2-minute. If we can get a 2-minute trade here, we'll pop in and take a look at this account. Right now over here on my leaderboard, I've got the haymaker leading the way, followed by a couple that I'm doing R&D on. These are both ES 30 range, and I doing really well out of the gate. Oops, not those two. It's Miller time here and Sim 101. Those are both ES 30 range that I'm just trying to develop, and it looks like, wow, for the last couple of days, they're really coming out strong. So these could be good candidates for the future. I was trying to move that ES 5-minute. It's a slow strategy. It takes 1 or 2 trades a day. Trying to find one that's a little more aggressive, still profitable, but more aggressive. And it looks like so far so good. Okay, Isaac's running the Dow Diamond this morning. Let us know how it's going. You like the ES30 range, yeah. Yeah, so far so good. I've got some good settings, it looks like here, that maybe we can start to capitalize on. Let's see, YM signal A. The Dow Diamond's doing good too. Looks like you got a Dow Diamond trade right now you're in, huh? So we'll, looks like we made that first target here. Let's see, where did we even get the entry at? Wow, look at this, you guys. Look at this entry way over here. Holy moly. Wow, this one entered at 10:09 on the Dow Diamond. and it ran it all the way up till that target, way up here. 30-minute trade, and now you're on the way back.
Order filled.
Yeah, the legacy bots is what Isaac's like, and yeah, those are good. I mean, they're the ones that we've had the longest, so we've got the most history behind them. See if we can get that one to be a winner here for us too. Ooh, that'd be a big day. Looks like our Signal A drone's in a huge one here. Ooh, NQ 30 minutes Signal A. This chart's a little hard to look at. I need to figure out the colors on this one better. We're gonna ditch this one. Let's go to this one. This one's NQ 30 range Signal A.
Order submitted.
Drone. Boom, trying to hit this target here. Okay, so this one's coming off that same trade. It looks like that the Haymaker had. This drone we have is $1,000 winner. The Haymaker I got at $180. I'm sorry. $900 winner, the Haymaker. This one's $1,000 winner. So that one just, that was $1,000 trade that it took right here from here to there. $1,000 trade. So it had lost a couple trades obviously this morning. But it's, again, one trade and it's back to life because of that risk to reward.
Order submitted.
Boom, that was a big trade.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, so we're heading north. Let's get some more accounts working here. This one might be a good candidate already, even though it's so new. Man, it's doing so good. Let me look at that trade performance of this one. This one is the 101. Let's take a look at the trades and how many losers in a row this one had. So this is the ES30 range that I'm just in the development stages on right now, and this is literally the first day that I had it run was on the 13th. So it's super brand new. But again, I've only had it running for a couple of days here, and right now it's at $1,800, and so it looks like it took two losers in a row, two losers. So this one's a great candidate to go on any of the Apex accounts that I've got. And again, this is only history, so you can't predict the future, but with the history, it looks like I'll be down about 400 before it took a winner. Down 400, it took a winner. Down 200, it took a winner. Down 400, it took a small winner. So looks like if I kind of protect this one, this is a great candidate to trade. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we'll be releasing this one probably if things go well today in the new release that comes out. We like to get a couple of weeks under our belt here, on the R&D side to make sure that it wasn't just a fluke before we release something. So let's take a look. Let's get this sucker rolling here on something good. So go to strategies. Let me make sure I know which one it is. So it's Sim 101, and it's the one on the 15 tick stop loss. So that's the one I'm going to go find to put on my account. new strategy. Go grab it, load it, and again it was this one at 15.
Order filled.
I'm going to keep everything the way it is. I'm just going to go down here and make sure it's the ES instrument, and now my account, and this one we'll put on several, so we'll go from number 70, and we'll use our trade copier on number 70 and try to move that value, whatever goes on number 70, into the rest of those. So I'm opening my trade copier. Show how that's done a little bit. So I bring open my trade copier here. Go grab my number 70 that we just set up, and then let's just set them up to go with the rest of these here. So we'll do 5 more accounts to copy. So when number 70 takes a trade, 71, 72, and 73 will take the trade.
Order filled.
So let me go here and enable it. ES30 range. Okay. So we like to test some of these too, and I like to make sure that they run on, Rhythmic and live accounts. So this is the R&D machine, so I use this to set up strategies. In this case, this is a brand new one, just a couple of days of data. So I want to just kind of try to run it here and see what it does and make sure it performs properly. Okay, let's go back to accounts, and I've got the high water mark here still with this 30 range strategy, both of those ES30 ranges, and looks like the haymaker's moving back into a good solid second place with about 800 and so bucks.
Order submitted.
Got a nice trade going here. This one is the Signal A drone, but really the same as the haymaker, very similar. Let's make sure. I want to challenge the haymaker today, and maybe now's a good time. It's really doing well. Let's do that. So we're going to create a duplicate a new tab, new window. Okay, let's do this. That one and this one. Okay, so now we can just grab one that I'm not using. 67. Okay, so I want to try to challenge the haymaker, and to do that, I'm just going to manually trade. So I want to get my I want to kind of show how to manually trade or discretionary trade. There's a couple of names I've heard before. Is discretionary trader. I call it manually trading. I don't know the right term exactly, but I've got a PA account here, and I have a couple of favorite setups here. Let's just kind of take a look at sort of what I have. This is called an ATM strategy, but it's basically when I push these buttons, what will happen here is it'll follow this sequence here. So it'll take one contract. My stop loss will be $200, and my profit target will go to 500. I don't do typically any stop movements. I tend to just grab them myself and move them around. So and I sometimes like one or two contracts. One I like. So we'll go with one for now. And what I'm going to try to do is really just kind of watch the crosses. I call it follow the crosses to profits. And what I'll kind of do is, and I know, again, I know these indicators here, when we're gonna come online. It looks like we made a trade with the Apex accounts. Let's peek behind the curtain here real quick and see which ones.
Order bill.
Okay, looks like this one jumped in. So we had this one go ahead and jump in for us.
Order submitted.
We'll take a look and see if it's the retirement plan. If it is, maybe we've even got this one in.
Order submitted.
No? Oh yeah, maybe we do. Yeah, we do. So we're in on the PA account also here. It's still loading, or else it'll show the targets and stops here in a minute, hopefully. Okay, calculating. Okay, it took a lot on my PC, I think, to get her rolling, but so we're in on a couple of trades here. We've got a couple of big ones. This one's a nice one over here. This one's moved to positive number already for us, and boom, we just got a nice movement here on the PA account for us. She go ahead and sealed in a little bit of cash for us. So we're rolling. We're hoping we're going short here. We're hopefully going down, but we'll see. This 100's been a tough number this morning so far, 18,100. So we'll kind of see where she goes from here, but we've sealed in a little bit of cash even if we go out.
Order bill.
Okay, so we're on the board. Not what we'd like exactly, but we got a little bit of cash on each of those there. Let's see. So let's see what the haymaker did there. Okay, haymaker's sitting at a solid 750, so it's got a huge advantage on me already. But let's try to get a little aggressive here on this eval account and see if we can, move it in our direction. Yeah, I can show you the gold nugget, no problem. Let me bring that open real quick. Gold nugget. So gold nugget. Oh, actually, let me open it up on down here. Sorry, signal A. Let me open it up down here. Already got the chart all set up for the nugget down here. Let me grab it. Yeah, it looks like it's down 160 on my machine here. Let's look at the look like the one in gold maybe. Yeah, it looks like the signal A is in a trade right now for the gold. Let's take a look here. Over here, gold was killing it this morning. Gold was out of the gate right away. When I came up online around 8 this morning, we were up about 500 or so on each of the golds, but it looks like they've drifted back now. I don't show any up here in the top right now. So I think they've lost some ground since this morning.
Order bill.
Okay, yep, yours about the same, it sounds like. Okay. Wow, the haymaker's crushing it. So something just went happen here. The haymaker just must have made another big move. Wow, look at this thing. Holy moly. This is a sneaky strategy. So it took this short entry right here, this is the haymaker, and it ran this thing down for a huge profit. Again, this is a $900 trade. It jumped in there, it handled this little bit of pullback, and it took that darn whopper down there.
Order filled.
Oh, you're in a retirement plan trade. Okay, let's see. How come mine isn't trading, I wonder? Huh. Oh, this one got stopped out. Look at that. Right on the very tip. Ah! Ooh. See, that's the difference. And everybody always says, how come mine isn't exactly the same as yours? These ticks matter so much. It's unbelievable how much they matter. But you can see right here, this one filled at the very tip of this wick, of this candle. I can almost tell you that's the very top of that trade, of that loss. Like, that's as high as price went. It went to grab our contract and took back off south. But that's the way it goes, and that's what I said. We can't get too emotional about it because it's just a machine doing its thing, and wherever the date is, it's what it is. So we needed a little bit more separation on that trade that we didn't have, but it looks like this this drone is in making a big one. So this is the Signal A drone, and it's very similar to the Haymaker, except this one's $1,000 winner, and the Haymaker's a $900 winner. So the Haymaker already went out, but this one's still in the trade. And it's at looks like it's at about $1,200 today so far. So it's coming in a nice solid second place.
Order submit. Order filled.
Okay, let's see where we can make
Order
any
filled.
money today. Looks like the Haymaker jumped back in, and this is the strategy of the day. Huh.
Order filled.
So Haymaker's sitting at about 1460 right now on my machine. This is such a fun strategy. I know it's not always the biggest winner, but it's just so fun to trade this thing. It's in so many trades. Huh. Thought that would go better. Huh. Okay. I'll have to line them up better. Alright, so man against robot here real quick. Let's just try to get some money going. 24/7 master. Let's go look at it. So we're going to make a manual trade. Some people ask us how to discretionary trade this system, so I just want to do an example of how I do it. I get my ATM kind of set up the way I want, how much risk I'm willing to take on each trade, and now it's just pulling the trigger. And before I pull the trigger, I tend to like to look at the market and see what's happening. Right now we got a couple of big moves up and down, so that's a good sign. We'll go to the account that I had is number 67. It's a new one, fresh one. Let's just look at the market a little bit more. So the NQ here, And this is the 30 range chart. Just kind of try to get an overview of which direction it's heading in. We were stuck right here for a while earlier, the 18,100. So we'll see what we want to do there. Where'd it go?
Order submitted.
Okay, super. Yeah, the Haymaker runs from, we can look in the strategy settings, but I believe it's 8:30 to 1. So it's awake till 1 o'clock. It's probably way too long, Isaac. I've looked at it, and we probably need to cut it off at like 11:30, because it doesn't make a lot of money after that. So that's kind of where we'll head with that one. So here I've got a couple options. Right now I'm looking at the crosses, and I have these crosses set up for signal A right now, but I want to also see them for signal B as well. So I'm going to bring them up for signal B, and
Order filled.
I'll just check them out for bias as well. So that's kind of my settings that I want to look at the crosses. Because if I'm going to take manual trades, I want to have some indicator on the chart that's going to give me an indication that, hey, this must be a good time to take a short trade here, So I see that cross right here. That's time to go ahead and do a sell, and I'll do a sell ask. So I just went ahead and took my one contract, and it went ahead and set my stops to what they were. So it's a $200 loss and a $500 win here. But I just kind of assess the market now, and typically if I get a nice, I call it a pullback, even though I'll be in the hole. I'll be in the hole like maybe $100. I'll take another short, and what that'll do, it'll move my price of entry from here to here. So I'm down 100. We'll try another one, and we'll just try it. You get stopped out pretty easy on these, but sometimes if you can call them just right, you can get a better price, and then they'll go down. In that case, I didn't. But that would be one way that I like to do a discretionary trade. Now I've got the cross going in the other direction. So now this is signal A cross, and do I believe right now that we're going to go long? I don't know. The market isn't telling me it's going to go long. We were here a little bit ago, but that's not, not right now. So the market tells me I'm still got some to lose here. So the Haymaker took that long. So we'll see if it beats me here. I'm down 265 and it's up. It's up. Okay, it might take a loss too. Oh boy, that was close. All right, Isaac, you got a nice retirement plan trade. Good job. We missed it here on this one. Just took us out at the very tip there.
Order filled.
Yeah, we're still sitting at 605. Kim, how's yours doing today? Kim's usually trading gold, so we'll see. Hopefully you can show us something that you're trading. Okay, didn't get your profit yet there on that retirement plan, but you're still in the trade. So over here, I'm just kind of waiting for another cross to jump onto the chart if I'm going to get one anytime soon. Um, I know when they are going to be the yellow, when this yellow line right here pegs out at the very top here, I should get a cross for the trend signal. But if this pops down out of this green box now, this little yellow line, I should get a cross going down, and we'll go ahead and take another short if we do. This is always a bummer when you're manually trading and you see your 50, this red line here, go from green to red. That means that, you know, that the price is right about where, you know, it is. So it's not moving drastically in one direction or the other, which is really a terrible place to be. You want to, you know, you obviously want to be full red, you know, for some extended time, or full green to really, okay, there we go. So we just got another red X, and we like the downtrend, right? It's in a nice downtrend, so we like it. Doesn't mean we're gonna win the trade. It just means that it looks good. It's a good setup for me. We can see we hit one there too. That was a red. Now it came way back. So we want to slide in and protect our investment if we can here. If we can get any release on this price, we'll go ahead and slide it down. I usually wait for it to get to around $100 before I try to kind of like call it double down.
Order submitted.
That's why these $100,000 static are so nice. You get to trade two contracts, so it allows you to sort of slip up and not maybe make the best entry. But if it does come back against you and you still are convinced that it's going short, it allows you to go ahead and take another contract, and now you can really move the needle. If you're in two contracts on the E-mini, you know, you're talking about moving big time money quick. So here I got the risk off the table, but it doesn't, you know, look too favorable that we're going down too quick. So probably lose this trade here, but we'll break even anyway. Let's get a little bit of money on it, just to take something, and you know, we'll go out, but get a little bit of money at least.
Stop fill.
Okay, so got a few dollars back on that trade, and you know, if we see the setup going short again, so now if it pegs out going short, we'll go ahead and jump in again. I've got both signals coming in, so I've got the crosses for the signal B or the signal A. Okay, so we just took a long. The cross came in for a long. Again, this momentum popped out. You know, this is a terrible looking momentum right here. This, you know, this very indecisive. What I'm looking at is I'm looking at this yellow line right here. This is a ton of indecision and momentum. Every time you see these kind of pop out and then pop back in, that's just a really nasty market to trade in. Almost all losers in this range, because it's just, they call it range bound, and it's bouncing up and down, and you're not getting any real extended moves. So this little gear really tells me a lot about what to do or what's been happening in the market. Yeah, the ES we've been calling the cash register, so if we continue to keep it, we'll probably call it the cash register, but I'm open to new ideas, Isaac, if you got one. the ES 5-minute's been the cash register for a while, and that was the 5-minute version. So this 30 range, we don't have a name on it. We took a trade on one of my accounts here. Let's see which one.
Order filled.
Number 366 is in the ring. Okay, so we took that long here out of this one. Trying for that long trade. Boy, it's definitely not looking good to trade in this zone here. The zone will chop out. Look at all those choppers. Ouch. Got a pretty wide stop here, so you know we can take $230 loss on this one if it just chops us up here. Looks like this is kind of a no-go zone to trade in. There's no extended moves moving out of this thing right now.
Order filled. Order filled.
It's definitely looking like a good short trade here coming up.
Order filled. Order filled.
So we'll go ahead and try to clear that pivot here, and we're going to jump right on this thing. So we're holding 2 contracts here now, so this is a pretty aggressive move, but we're hopeful that that pivot's just going to get blown through here. And we'll just try to walk this thing down if it does. If not, we'll go out right there. That 100's been sticky, I'll tell you. Oh, that was a drop, but then a real comeback. Quick one. Whiplash. Yeah, 100's a hard number to break. It's been protected all morning, so it's going to be a tough one. It got broke earlier, though. Look at there, right at 10 o'clock. Zoomed right through it. I think we're going short. I'm really optimistic on a big short trade here coming up. If we can get that cross to jump in here with the signal B, we'll definitely jump on that one too. She's bottomed out now, and as long as everything's looking good, yep, there we go. So we'll go ahead and a little short, a little late on that one. If we get a pullback, we'll go ahead and take another position. These are my favorites, these shorts. Had some run big time on me before, well over 1,000. So just go ahead and take another contract and try to take a little risk off the table here. So again, my manual trading skills are not good, but it's always fun to challenge the robot here and see if I could do any better. But I've done this enough to know that I can't, and that the automation does way better than I'll ever do. Um, but it's fun. This is fun to pretend that I'm doing something here.
Stop fill.
Oh, got me. I was like a sitting duck there. All right, you're still on the Dow Diamond going short, huh? Let's see if we got any of these other ones doing any good. Darn it. Let's go back to the main board and see what we're up to. Looks like the Signal B's coming back. Wow. NQ. Signal B. Whew. Look at this one. Boy, these NQs are fun. Okay, it just nailed that target right here, Signal B. It jumped in way up there, ran that down for $1,000 profit on that one. Whew. Looks like kind of rounding out the top three so far this morning. We got the Signal B, AI drone, Signal A, AI drone, followed by the Haymaker. Top three. See if we got anything going in this RTrader Pro worth looking at. Looks like my PA account's still alive. Just kind of reiterate the PA account. We set it up with five micros trading the retirement plan. So hopefully when the retirement plan jumps in, it jumps into, and then we can kind of take a look. We'll look at each trade to see if they get about the same entries. So let's just look already and see. Get it on a background that's a little easier to see here.
Order fill.
So let's take a look and see if we already have an entry where we did get the retirement plan entered on this PA account and on the SIM account, because that's always the $1,000,000 question. Does your strategies trade the same between a SIM account and a live or a prop account? So let's just kind of see. Try to do this split window here. Okay, so this is the PA account. Now let's go to the retirement plan and see.
Order fill.
NQ. So looks like it was this candle back here. And let's go ahead and move some of these things out of the way so we can see this price without something in its way. To do that, I take this offset and I'm moving these crosses further away from the candle. So now it popped it up out of the way a little bit. So what I've got here, and let's just see where they both took the entries at. So over here is the SIM retirement plan, and it took the one contract on the NQ market at 18,133.5. Over here I've got my PA account, and again this is a performance paid account from Apex. And so it's this terminology is always a little confusing, but this we call these prop accounts, and then I call my live account my NinjaTrader brokerage account. Uh, they're both called live accounts too, so that's kind of a little bit complicated. But here's the deal: on my live account here on this Apex account, we took those 5 contracts on the M&Q at the exact same price. So when people always ask you, hey, do your sim accounts, do your micros trade the same as the e-minis? The answer in this scenario is yes, exactly the same. Now I can show you another one later today that'll probably be potentially a couple of ticks off. So and I haven't found out it's one way or the other. Like sometimes my live accounts will I'll say get a better price. Sometimes the sim accounts will get a little bit better price, whatever that means, which really doesn't mean hardly anything. But they'll be a little bit different every once in a while. On this case right here, they were identical. And let's look at what happened in the trade. My 5 contracts got sold here at 18,130.75, and on the sim account, the contract got sold here at 18,130.75, identical to the T.
Order submitted.
So that's I always like to do that, and I didn't know this was going to happen before I looked today. It's just happened in the market today. So, but this is just an example of how a sim account will trade compared to a live account. And the neat thing is we're doing a micro here too. So it's not like just an NQ to an NQ. It's an NQ E-mini, as they call them over here, against a micro. So I hope that gives you some confidence that that these sim numbers are real.
Order submitted.
No, I'm chasing sim numbers constantly. I'm chasing them constantly on my live account. When they're doing good, I move it over, and then and then it slows down, and the story goes on. But at the end of the day, the trades are pretty darn close, if not identical. And we haven't got another trade here yet. Here we got a long entry that we didn't get here. So on the NQ version in Sim, it took a trade right here at 11:18 that we didn't get. So there are times that that you don't get the trade, and we don't know why. We have no idea why. It's not that frequent. What we notice about every day, if you got about 15 trades, one will get missed here and there. But for the most part, they're usually identical. Okay, so back to the leaderboard here. We've got the, sorry about that. Get this one over here. Jeez. Okay, let's see if we can make some money here today. I haven't been doing that great. Let's see. I have to get Rory back in the chair again. Boy, he does good trading. These systems really perform well. He just it's like a matador.
Order submitted.
Okay, the haymaker just jumped back in. Really stuck at 18,100. Really a number that's been hard to crack for the last hour or so. Not making any money here in this zone.
Order filled.
Again, anytime you see your 50, change colors like that, that's really bad area to trade in. Get this one we're down 175. Let's go ahead and push this one and see if we can make some money. Sometimes what I've noticed is the RTY will follow the NQ, but it'll be behind it a little bit. Let's take a look at that and see if we can exploit that market. We're going to take a look at the RTY. Yeah, no. There's not enough movement up and down in this one either. There's nowhere to make money. We make money in volatility, so we got to go highs and lows. There has to be big moves up and down, and we had a nice one here. Had a long entry there. Got that first target right out of the gate, it looks like, almost. But then just a lot of chop that'll get you nowhere. So that one's a no-go.
Order filled.
Okay, looks like the haymaker took a little bit of money. Got a $50 trade, I think. It went to break even. $366. Okay. Am I not trading the most current contract somewhere, Rue? Current contract means only on highest volume. Oh. Try to trade on NQ324. Let's see what that does. Let's just see if we can open it.
Order submitted.
Yeah, I don't really know how to get to it, Rue. I don't know if I can get to it from here. Let's see. It looks like it pops in right away with the most current contract. I don't know how to go back to the 324 that you're mentioning there. If you know how, you can let me know in the comment there. So right here we're kind of hitting this another pivot. So we're going down again, but we're going to take this buy when it comes back up. Um, Again, 100 seemed to be a pretty sticky number earlier, so it's came back to it a few times. We'll try to catch it when they want it to come back up there. Oh boy, that was the trade to be in right there. So we're gonna buy this when it comes out of this right there.
Order filled.
I'll try to get some retracement back up here if we can, but if she wants to drop on us, we'll be out. Isaac got the cash cow going short. That would have been a good call. So again, I like to try to buy when I'm down. Unfortunately, it sounds strange, but try to go ahead and move my price down. Hope that we get the momentum pushed back in our favor there. That's what I always hope for. But we'll see here. So I had a green cross that popped out first. I took that trade. I had another one here pop out. Took that trade. So now we're going to hope we can get some real momentum for the upside and kind of take this trade off the table here. And now we've got two contracts that we're holding. So we're holding a pretty big bag now. If we can get one of these to run away in our direction, that's the game changer. But if not, we take another swing next time we get in the ring here.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Easy, baby. Let's go. Get that good feeling running through my veins here. One good trade and we'll close it down. Come on. This could be you. 415.
Order submitted.
Come on, baby. Run for me. Run back to that 18,100 we've been talking about. Oh, no. Oh, come on, baby. Okay, we got this zone probably going to come back down, touch us and take us out here, but we'll go ahead and do a little bit of a wrap up here after this trade and see how the auto trader has done for us for the week and what the hottest strategies were. So looks like today, man, the signal A has really came back. It's in this huge trade right here too. 30 range, signal A drone. Wow, look at this thing. Man. Oh, caught this short way up here. Oh boy. This one's in another juggernaut. Take these trades in great spots. All right, you hit your profit target. Way to go, Isaac. All right, Rue, let's give that one more run at it. Right click, drop down menu, futures list, drop down menu. Futures list, drop down menu, futures, drop down menu. Looks like I see the NQ 624. I'm not sure how to get to the, oh, three. Here's three. Now these are different instruments. They're not the NQ. Rue, were you saying trade the NQ on the 324 contract? You know, usually I could get to it, but it was because it was here. I don't know how to get to it if it's not here. I do know that I can do, you know, I can do NQ here, and it gets me here. Now what does it do? Huh. Yeah, I'm just not familiar with how to go back to the old contract, Rue. Looks like we've got our first ES trade here. This is a ES 30-minute new trade, new strategy. So got our first trade here in this one. Kind of monitor this one here and see what happens. This one took a lot of trades. 370. Okay, so we got this ES 30-minute working. Okay, so just recently developed this strategy right here. This is an ES 30 range strategy, and been running pretty well. Just developed it a couple of days ago, but it's been making money every day I ran it. So went ahead and put it on an account today to see how it does. Looks like it took a pretty good trade so far here on the ES 30 range. We'll see kind of how she does, but let me show you the one that made me want to trade it. Was this, it's running on Sim 101 right now, but this one, and it's in the trade too. Okay, good. So we can do another example probably of, you know, a Sim account trading against a, you know, in this case an Apex eval account on this one. So let me just duplicate it, and we can look at the entries is what we're doing. Just want to look at the entries of a sim account and a, in this case it'll be an Apex. In this one is an evaluation account, not the PA. So this one's number 70. So number 70, and I am trading the ES too this time. So it looks like on the sim account we got filled at sorry about that. It looks like it's a hard number to read with the price marker right over the top of it, that stop. I'm just going to slide it for a second just so we can see it. Okay, so it's looks like the sim account got filled at 5185.25, and it looks like my Apex account got filled at 5185.0. So this one's a one tick. We could call it a head because it's a short. It looks like. So this one's like one tick behind. So this is what I normally see when I kind of compare a live account to a sim account or a prop account compared to a sim account. They're really close. In this case, we're one tick off. The last time we looked, we were exact, and the last time we looked, it was an M&Q and a sim account running the NQ. So we've got this trade. I saw that I've been watching this one over the last couple of days, and it's been killing it. So I decided to put it to work today, and looks like it's doing good so far.
Order filled.
Now that one tick will make a difference, though. It can make a difference. When we start talking about our stops and hitting them. Okay, it already popped down to a winner for both of us. So if we go out, we took our 62.50 and we head towards the door so far. So this one protects its investment too by the stop moving down.
Order filled.
So that put us in a pretty good range. Looks like we're probably losing a lot of points in the NQ right now. No? Huh.
Orders.
Okay, we jump back in. Let's see if we jump back in on them both. Where are you? Yeah, yep. We jump back in on both. This time the entry was over here on the Apex account 5182.00, and over here, let's just move this cross a little bit. Over here 5182.00. So sim account identical to Apex account on the entry. All right, a lot more fun to do today. So let's close it up here today. Appreciate everybody joining the live broadcast here. We're trying to do two words: transparency and integrity at Right Line Trading. So definitely want to showcase this in any way we possibly can to make the best impact. But every day is not a great day, but today is okay. We survived today. We got a couple of good trades going on, which is awesome. We have the leaderboard here, and it looks like the leaderboard today is going to be filled with the NQ. NQ took like top two spots with a $1,300 winner so far, and a $948 winner coming in second, and then followed by this one that I pulled together a couple of days ago, and then looks like the Dow Diamond. So Isaac, you might be that Dow Diamond might be making you a little bit of cash if you're running with this one today. It's having a good comeback here on my machine too. So those are the ones that round it out. Let me kind of grab a trade performance over here and just sort of look at the week, and we'll kind of do a close up. So great week, mid-March. Time to make money. It's spring. Okay, so let's see. Let's write some down here that look like they're the best so far. Okay. Signal A 14.
Order bill. Order bill. Order submitted.
All right, looks like we got a little trade going on the Apex account here too. The retirement plan just jumped in, so got a trade going there. Just working up the numbers here. I want to show you the top performers for the week here. Um, Okay, so kind of do a little bit of a wrap up and a recap of the week so far. And there's still some trading to go. We typically have most of these robots alive till about 1 o'clock or so in the afternoon. But so far the leaderboard, and this is just in my little quick analysis here, looks like the 2 minute
Order filled.
NQ
Order filled.
was the leader this week so far. Right here, this is the NQ 2 minute Signal A drone. It's sitting at $2,200 for the week. I believe we're followed by this brand new strategy that's only been running for a couple of days. It's running in Sim 101, but it's really an ES 30 range, and it's sitting at $1,928 so far. 3 days of running it. Then it looks like number three might be this, and again, every machine will be a little different, but on my machine it looks like my Signal B was maybe my fourth best strategy. So here it's sitting at 1384. It's having a pretty nice day today. And then if we go down here to the YM Signal B, looks like it's had a nice week too. So I think that kind of rounds us out with the top five for the week. So it looks like if we were, I always like to do this. This is my funnest part. You know, if we were really good traders and we didn't do anything and we just wanted to run the top three strategies of the week, and we really had discipline and just did it. Just took our accounts and just put them on and fell asleep for the week and then woke up. Here's what the potential is. Let's just look at the potential. So the top three. So there's number one. Number two is the 101. And then if we go to number three, Signal B drone. So if we were just blindly running the top three strategies for the week, we could be sitting at about a $5,000 bill. Apples to apples, all things work out, no speed bumps, no differences. We'd be sitting at about $5,000 this week if we just ran the top three in our account. And you can see there's no BS. I take the trades in the Apex or whatever, and you look at the sim and they're identical, if not a couple of ticks off. So these numbers, they look too good to be true, which they feel like they are, but I've been doing this for a long time and they're true. So jump on with the Right Line Trading AI Auto Trader, and I'll say see for yourself. And we've got quite a few people in the crowd here that are trading the system. So thank you for joining the team here, and hope everybody has a great weekend, and good luck trading.